What if one of your most vivid memories never happened the way you remember it? Not because you forgot it, but because your brain quietly rewrote it. And according to modern neuroscience, this may be happening to all of us. In fact, some of the memories you're most certain about could be partially inaccurate, distorted, or even completely false, which raises a disturbing question. If your memories can change, how much of your personal story can you really trust? Let's begin with the fact that most people go their entire lives never knowing. Human memory is not a recording system. It never was. What neuroscience has established, and what most people are never told, is that every time you retrieve a memory, your brain doesn't play it back, it reconstructs it, and every reconstruction changes something. Details are added, details are removed. The emotional tone of the entire memory is recalibrated based on who you are in this present moment. This is called reconstructive memory, and what it means precisely is this. No memory you have is an accurate representation of what actually happened. Not one. But this is not the end. The brain goes further. In 2000, neuroscientist Karim Nader at McGill University published a finding in Nature that fundamentally challenged the dominant model of memory science. He demonstrated that every time a memory is activated, it becomes molecularly unstable. During that window, the memory is fully open to modification, and whatever enters that window becomes consolidated into the new version of the memory. This process is called memory reconsolidation, and its direct implication for you is this. Every painful memory you have revisited repeatedly in a state of anxiety has accumulated a layer of anxiety each time. What makes that memory feel unbearable today is not simply the original event. It is the original event, plus every emotional state you brought to it every time you return to it. The memory didn't stay the same. You kept rewriting it without knowing, without intending to. Matthew Walker, neuroscientist at UC Berkeley and author of Why We Sleep, added another dimension to this picture. His research showed that during REM sleep, the hippocampus reprocesses the memories of the day, not to preserve them accurately, to determine their emotional weight. Walker's key finding was this. The emotional state you fall asleep in directly determines how your stored memories get emotionally encoded. Sleep in a state of anxiety, and memories are consolidated with a higher threat load. Sleep in a state of calm, and the same memories are stored with greater emotional distance. This means that every morning you wake up with a version of your past that was rewritten the night before, not as a metaphor, as measurable biological reality. When we place these three layers alongside each other, an unavoidable question emerges. Your identity, the image you hold of yourself, the beliefs you carry about what you are capable of, the limitations you've accepted as real, all of it was constructed on the foundation of memory. Memory that has been proven to be reconstructive, shaped by other people's language, altered by emotional states, modified by the quality of your sleep. This does not mean everything is invalid, but it does mean something that demands serious consideration. What you recognize today as your real limitations is most likely not a reflection of those original events. It is a reflection of versions of those events that have been rewritten more times than you can count. And this is where the science moves from diagnosis to possibility. Memory reconsolidation therapy, developed directly from Nader's discovery, has demonstrated that the same mechanism that makes memory vulnerable also makes it rewritable. When a painful memory is activated in a state of calm rather than anxiety, the brain consolidates it with a new emotional signature. The event itself does not change. What changes is its meaning and its emotional weight. And this is precisely what your sleep quality, the way you revisit memories, and your daily emotional environment are already doing, with or without your awareness. The difference is this: when you understand this mechanism, you are no longer passive. Your brain is an instrument that has been operating without direction for years. Now you have the framework, and that changes everything. If you enjoyed this video, like it and leave your thoughts about this type of brain function in the comments. Subscribe so you don't miss the next videos.